Everybody, this is John. Welcome to the free video. So we got a couple of interesting things to talk about. So we're kind of coming up onto some earnings, right? We'll talk about that here in a second. Well, first let's actually look at the spiders. We'll come back to Apple. So spiders today, a little bit of a breakout here. So while the transportation index remains kind of cruddy, the NASDAQ here is actually poised to at least test 44.16. So that's actually, almost another 20 some odd points to the upside here. For Apple, we've got a long squeeze here on the daily chart. So we've got two things interesting here on Apple. So we got a daily squeeze here, and we've got a wedge. So the wedge here, by implication, now, of course, we've got an uptrend here, so the chances of it going higher are high, but by definition, a wedge like this is neutral. We've got a squeeze. Guess what? It's either going to explode higher or fall apart with this squeeze. And in, at the last Monday of this month, we've got earnings. So what's a trade for that? Well, this is what I call a pre-earnings trade, okay? And there's a very low risk of this, and there's such a low risk that it only requires $75 to do this trade, okay? So this is a trade that I really, really like. And then, so we got three stages for this. We do a trade before, day of, and after on Apple, okay? And then the same thing is setting up for Netflix. And I want to set up a similar trade here for Netflix, okay? So on Netflix, very, very key earnings. We're going to have a before, day of, and after, okay? Now, to keep in mind how important this is, let me show you something real quick. So if you look at my trade records for this year, and of course the way this is organized is, it's not per trade, it's just cumulative trades like in Google and Amazon, Priceline and Netflix, and etc. And you'll see here it's like, wow, Google 23,000, Amazon 19,000, it drops. There's a reason that these stocks here have the largest amount of profit, and it's because there are specific strategies that I employ leading into day of and after earnings, okay? And that's where most of my profits have been in, and they are for specific stocks. You'll see like Amazon, Priceline, Netflix, and Google, and then there's some other ones too, but of course those bigger ones are kind of the primary ones. And yes, I've had winning trades and losing trades this year, but starting off with this is the account that I said with like 156,000, I don't remember exactly. It was something like right around there that I set up this year just for the trading room to focus on consistency. And you can see my overall P&L year to date, right? So now, I don't know, it's at, what is that, 65 some odd percent? But this thing has been, there hasn't been any one trade. These are the trades we've been doing in the trading room, but a decent percentage of these profits have come specifically from earnings trades, okay? So I'm gonna hold a free webinar on earnings trades this upcoming Tuesday. You'll see a link that'll kind of take place on your screen here right after this video. It'll just kind of show up right here, and you can sign up for it. But I was been looking at my results, and it's like, wow, a good chunk of these profits this year have come from specific strategies leading up to, day of, and after earnings on specific stocks. So it's like, hey, you know what? Let's do a free webinar on that. All right, you'll see the sign up information after this. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you at the next update.